I don't know about you, but I'm ready to hang out, chat, answer some Q's that you wanted me to A. Why does that sound weird? I have no limits. We're spilling all the tea, all the dirt. Now, I really kind of want to start with this one because I feel like content creators just avoid this question. And I have two, just because it's awkward to talk about finances. Someone said, how much do you make on YouTube? Is it your main source of income? So I've been doing YouTube probably 16 years. I would say for the first 6 years, it was a part-time job. You know what? I'm going to do just exact numbers. I'm going to calculate. Over the past 10 years of YouTube, I have made in total $813,000. So what would that average? Almost $100,000 per year. But in the social media world, that is not how it quite worked. Within those 10 years, there were multiple years where I was making $35,000 a year, $45,000 a year. The biggest year I ever had was, I think, a little over $350,000, which is insane. I just did my last year's taxes, and I think my income was $27,000, but again, that was my mental health. I wasn't putting the effort in. Can being a content creator be a full-time job? Yes, it can definitely be a full-time job. Is it a consistent and reliable job? No. I know the secret, okay? The secret is consistency, luck, timing, talent. There are so many more talented people than me who make less. There are a lot of people who I would say don't have as great quality and, perhaps just not authentic, and they're kind of fake with their audience, and it just grinds my gears, and they are probably making, $2 million a year. Is life of a content creator fair? No. Is anything in life fair? No. Is it the best job in the world? Yeah, 100%. I've done, retail, service industry. Oh yeah, I did work at a sushi stall. I've had a ton of odd and ends, bits and bob jobs. You also have to remember that these numbers, 20% goes to my manager, who's kind of booking all these deals and navigating everything. Taxes are going to be 50% for me. So it's 15% self-employment tax, and it's also 35% when you're in a certain tax bracket tax. So 50% of my income gone, plus another 20%, so we're at 70%. And then when I was making my most amount of money, I didn't quite know. I'd never learned about how to do things financially, how to set up a Roth IRA, how to set up a 529 plan, how to invest my money, how to get it into stocks. So I hired someone for a year, a business manager, and they did do a lot of great things. I mean, a part of me is like, damn, they got 5%. So we're at 75% of my income of these numbers are just gone, which is something that I feel like with creators, like you hear these huge numbers and they are huge and it is amazing. It is like crazy, but it's not going to be as big as to them what the number is. And also when you're self-employed, you deal with things like you're in charge of your own health insurance, and you probably have, I spend over $1,000 for my daughter and myself. It is feast or famine. If you have a drive to do this, you can make a living off of it, but just know there is a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you might not know about, and maybe you wouldn't be able to do it without you guys watching, being a part of my community here. And again, if anyone's looking to get into it, get into it. How do you want to feel in your next relationship? And what will you no longer settle for? Off the top of my head, qualities I'd want in a partner are going to be prioritizes cleanliness and has maybe a little routine. They are very reliable and consistent because they are on a routine. They are neat, but they're okay having a mess every once in a while. It's not going to ruin their day. They have an optimistic, positive outlook on life. They are hopefully doing something that they love, and they at least could be able to contribute as much as I would be able to contribute to a lifestyle and a home. And if it was off balance, that was never going to be an issue. No one was ever jealous, and we really just support each other in whatever we do. I almost forgot. This is probably the most important one, would be empathy and caring, a form of selflessness. You know, what I would do for another partner, would they do back to me? How do they handle bad and difficult situations? This is also really important. Someone who has a healthy relationship with their body, how they treat their body, on if they have a healthy relationship with alcohol, or perhaps I would date someone who's sober, someone who loves kids. They're okay if they don't have biological kids of their own. They accept me and the package in which I bring as a blessing, as something super positive, and they feel overjoyed to have this package be a part of their life, and perhaps they have kids of their own. But yeah, I really haven't thought about it. I really hadn't. That was just word vomit. Why did I leave LA and move to your parents? Am I staying here indefinitely? There were so many factors of why I moved. One, I just needed a support system that was consistent. The plan was going to be for a few months. I thought 4 most. But then we got my daughter into a school she really likes, and I wanted consistency for her. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay here throughout the school year, and then in the summer I'll figure out where we're going to be. Finally, obviously the huge reason is my mental health was not doing its best. It had up and downs throughout the year, and if you watch my last video, then you would kind of understand I was in the thick of it the past several months, but now we are getting out of it. I would like to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, who is BetterHelp. Is on a mission to make starting therapy easier. You take a questionnaire and you can get matched with a licensed professional within a few days. This way you can get therapy wherever you are. Therapy at home, therapy in the car, therapy at work, therapy on the go. And one of the reasons why I love it and have utilized it throughout the past few years is because of the convenience of having a therapist in your pocket. Therapy is a sign of strength. It is not a sign of weakness. Do not let anyone tell you that. Our sponsor, BetterHelp, is giving us a 10% promo. I'll have a link down below for 10% on your first month. My last videos, definitely go and check back, because this might make more sense knowing what's been happening. But the question says, what is your co-parenting schedule now that you are closer to Arrow's father? So we're about an hour closer. We're still over an hour apart. We don't have consistent weekly plans. That is something I really, really wish we had, because I live off of routine and structure, and it's just so good for kids. Let's see. September, I had Arrow on the 1st, the 2nd, on the 3rd, except for an hour. Her dad took her out to ice cream. I had her on the 4th. She was picked up after school by her dad on the 5th, did a sleepover on the 6th, and came back 11 a.m. on Sunday. And then I had her, the night of the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, which is a weekend, but he is traveling. So he's going to be gone the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. I believe he gets back in town. So that's kind of how they range and change every month. I help out in class on Mondays. I am just really involved, you know, all the gymnastics practices, swim practices, the dentist, the doctor, like, you know, that's on here. We are all over the place with these questions. This one I was like, what? Where do you want to be buried? I have never once thought of this. One, I don't think I would want to be buried. In my head, whenever I think of myself, you know, croaked over, I've been ashes. So I don't even know if I would want my ashes spread anywhere. I'm not a wanderlust person. I'm not sentimental to environment. I'm sentimental to people. And so I'd rather people I love have my ashes, put it in a locket, you know, dress it up, hide me away in a shoebox. I don't care. I just want to be, you know, close with family. Don't dump me in the ocean or anything. This one, I guess in a way, ties to the next one. I don't think I've ever talked about this. They asked, are you religious? The simple answer is no. I would classify myself as an atheist. I definitely have been around religion, and I think it is so beautiful when somebody has a relationship with whatever religion they believe in, and it, you know, brings a positive impact in their life. It supports them. It's a part of their journey. I'm a little jealous of it, and I think that's beautiful. I personally just don't have that thing in me. Just because I think one way does not make anyone else incorrect, and if anyone else has different beliefs, that doesn't make how I feel incorrect. I do definitely think there's a song I feel like that captures how I feel about the afterlife and religion in a way. I love just the song on its own, but I was thinking like, wow, this is really how I feel. The song is called More to This, from the Stairwell acoustic performance. The guy's name is Mark Sibilia. I love this song, and I think no matter what you believe in, you would probably enjoy this song as well. Lots and lots and lots of questions about my tummy tuck. 4 weeks ago, I did do a little bit of an update. You might have missed it. I will do a more official one later, but if you want to see, I don't have any tape on right now, but I have noticed some changes. I'm finally getting swelling after years going down. You can kind of see definition of everything. Everything's still really firm, hard, lots of scar tissue. I like how my belly button is finally settling in. Is it perfect? No, but I had a lot of stuff going on with my belly button. And then my scar, you can just see, is still raised and everything. I usually tape it for 3 days, and then I'll do a day where I wear no tape and just moisturize it. If you have any other tips, let a girl know. I don't know if I want to tattoo it. I think I'll be fine leaving it. I'm gonna give it another year, you know? For my astrology girlies, we had someone ask, what is my moon and rising? I put on screen this little, you know the astrology thing where it's the circle and everything. If anyone wants to decipher that, I would love that. But pretty much I'm a Pisces, I'm a Virgo moon, and Libra rising. What does that mean? Update on the Mule. If you watched my Instagram stories, I guess this would have been a week ago now while you're watching this. We had a mule come onto our farm. We had no idea where it had come from. It was early in the morning. I'll kind of like show the video I posted on my Instagram stories. By 5 p.m. we were in touch with the owner. He seems really great. It was just like an enclosure. They were fixing something and situations happen. Apparently he is very far away from us. Not very far, but he's not in our community. We have no idea how the mule got so far alone. We found a home and the mule will be happy. Maybe we can visit it. Maybe he's single. I love you. I spilled probably way too much. This is going to be really interesting for me to edit. I'm probably going to need a glass of wine to get through it. Thank you for sticking with me, and I will see you next Monday. Consistency, guys. Next Monday, I will see you. I'll be waiting for you. Okay? I'm watching. I love you so much. Bye!